The Rising of the Shield Hero, Volume 1, Chapter 22. What I Wanted to Hear. What do you mean by win, you coward? Our one-on-one duel was interrupted, right? What are you talking about? You lost because you couldn't stand up to my strength. You bastard. You're seriously saying that? What was that crap about heroes? That they shouldn't own slaves? You trash, acting like a hero or rigging this battle to satisfy yourself. Your comrade interfered in the middle of our fight. That's why I staggered. Ha! Is that lie the bitching of a loser? That's not it, you asshole. The coward Motoyasu looked down on me, ignoring my complaints while feeling victorious, even though there was really an intrusion. That bastard. Is that so? The spectators had their eyes on Motoyasu. Did they not see what happened? Everyone was completely silent. There's no need to believe the words of a criminal hero. Hero of the spear, it is your victory! That asshole. Just like that, the king boldly announced the result. Even then, some of the crowd were unsure. They looked around as if they wanted to speak up. However, there was no one who would challenge what the king had declared. Because the king had silenced his dissent, the kingdom is a complete dictatorship. As expected of Motoyasu-sama! The bitch who was the instigator of this incident shamelessly rushed into Moriyasu's side. Furthermore, rushed to, I don't know what she would rush into. Furthermore, the castle's magicians only cast healing magic on Motoyasu, treating his wounds, like they had no intention of helping me. As expected of the hero who's my daughter, Melty has selected. Who my daughter? I don't know, what am I talking about? The king says as he places his hand on mine's shoulder. What? Mine is the king's daughter? I was so surprised at the time upon hearing that mine is a princess. She used a fake name to slip amongst us. Yes, I wanted to help her for the sake of world peace. I see. So it's like that. It seems strange how easily I was labeled a criminal with just the victim's testimony. So that's what it was. The king overlooked his idiotic daughter's selfishness and pushed a false crime onto me using fake evidence. For the sake of that hero, who is his daughter chooses, he sacrificed me and reclaimed my money because I was the weakest amongst the heroes. And because Motoyasu saved the princess from me, they ended up becoming closer, more so than all the other girls around him. This also explains why I received additional funds at the beginning. In other words, she is able to obtain good equipment for herself as well as to support her chosen hero, Motoyasu. If Motoyasu alone started off with the equipment far better than the other heroes, then even he would find it suspicious and be wary. With such meticulous planning, there's definitely no way to find the truth other than from culprits themselves. In the end, the result was a worthless criminal shield hero and the spear hero who magnificently saved the princess. Piece by piece, everything begins to make sense. There was no evidence other than the blow I received, which did no damage apart from making me stagger. There was no clear evidence that the princess was cheating. Any objections to this rigged match were probably silenced behind the scenes, so she could interfere in our duel and cover for her favorite hero, Motoyasu. In that case, it must have been planned from the start for Motoyasu and I to have this duel. Oh, it's so simple. All she had to do was whisper this to him. That girl has been forced into slavery by the shield hero. Please save her. A chance to both test her potential husband as well as show herself in good light. If it's her, she definitely won't let that chance slip by. If they do get married in the end, this will become a heroic tale of how they rescued a slave from a criminal. And in the distant future, her name will be carried off as the wife of the virtuous hero who defeated the evil hero. Shit. That trash king and bitch princess. No, wait. The princess? A bitch? This phrase, where have I heard it before? Where? Where did I hear such a thing? I remember it now. I read in the Four Heavenly Weapons manual. In that book, the princess was a bitch who whored herself to all the heroes. If the book I read in the library is related to this world, then it all makes sense that the princess is a bitch. The same can apply to all the other shitty heroes. A seething rage from the very depths of my body envelops me. Curse series. The conditions for unlocking the shield have been met. My vision distorts as my shield is swallowed by the pitch-black emotion overflowing from my heart. Now then, Motoyasu Dono, the girl which the shield hero has kept enslaved is waiting. The crowd separates as the magicians begin to release Raphtalia from the slave curse. The magicians bring a bowl overflowing with a certain liquid and smear it on the slave mark etched into her chest. The marks fade away before my eyes. Raphtalia is now officially freed from my enslavement. My stomach churns as my heart is consumed by a dark feeling. It's as if this world is ridiculing and scorning me, and while laughing at my struggles. All I can see are the dark grins and shadowy presences around me. Raphtalia-chan! Motoyasu rushes over to her. Raphtalia, with the gag now removed from her mouth and tears flowing down her face, slapped Motoyasu. You coward! Eh? Motoyasu had a dumbfounded look on his face after being hit. I never asked to be saved by your cowardly tactics. But Raftalia-chan was being exploited by him, right? Now Fumi-sama has never forced me to do anything. Only when I was too afraid to fight did he use the curse. Slipping in and out of consciousness, I couldn't hear what was being said. No, I could actually hear it, but I did not want to listen anymore. I just want to hurry and run away from here. I wanted to return to my world. She shouldn't have done that. Now Fumi-sama can't defeat any monsters by himself. That's why he has to rely on someone else to defeat them. You don't need to do that. He's just used you until you're broken. Now Fumi-sama has never once let any monsters hurt me. And if I become tired, he lets me rest. No. He's not the type to be so considerate. Would you be able to offer your hand as a dirty slave wrecked with illness? Eh? Now Fumi-sama has done so much for me. He allowed me to eat whatever I wanted, and he gave me precious medicine when I was sick. Would you be able to do that? I would. Then you should have another slave by your side right now. For some reason, Raftalia ran over to me. Stay away. This is hell. A maliciously created world. Women, no. Everyone in this world scorns me as if to torture me. If she touches me, then I'll just be reliving those bad memories. Raftalia witnessed my condition and again glares at Moriyasu. I've heard the rumors that Nofumi-sama forced himself on his companion, that he is an awful hero. He's a rapist! As a female slave, you should understand that, right? Why would I? Nofumi-sama has never once laid his hands on me. Raftalia then grabbed my hand. Let go. Nofumi-sama, how can I earn your trust? Let go of my hand. Everyone in this world accuses me of a crime I didn't commit. I didn't do it! My frenzied self was covered by something. No matter what, I will always believe in Nofumi-sama. Shut up! You people are just going to pin more crimes on me. I don't believe those rumors. You're a person who would never do such a thing. I heard the words that I've been waiting to hear ever since arriving in this world. Gently, the shadows that clouded my vision disappeared. I received the tender warmth of another person. Even if the world blames Nofumi-sama, I am different. No matter how many times it will take, I will refute them all. When I lifted my head, what laid in front of me was not a little girl, but a young woman around the age of 17. While her features looked like those of Raftalia, she was an unbelievably cute girl. What should have been dry, cracked skin was now a healthy complexion, with beautiful hair that was slightly dusty in color. The body that was once all skin and bones was now curvy with a fit, robust figure. Most prominently, her eyes were no longer filled with hopelessness, but filled with a gleam of strong will. I could not recognize a girl like her. Now, Fumi-sama, now let's go and place the curse on me again. Who are you? Eh? What are you saying? It's me, Raftalia. No. Isn't Raftalia a little girl? She claims herself as Raftalia. Troubled, she tilts her head while trying to convince me. Jeez, Nofumi-sama is always treating me like a child. That voice is definitely the voice of Raftalia I remember. However, her body is completely different. No. This is strange, even if she is Raftalia. Nofumi-sama, I will say this due to the circumstances. What? When young demi-humans raise their level, their bodies also matures quickly in order to match their level growth. Eh? Demi-humans are not like humans. It is the same with monsters. Embarrassed, the girl who claimed to be Raftalia continues. Although my mind is still that of a child, my body has already become similar to an adult. While telling me this, Raftalia once again buries my head deep into her voluptuous chest. Please believe me. I believe that Nofumi-sama has not committed any crimes. You are the great shield hero who has saved my life, gave me precious medicine, taught me how to survive and how to fight. I am your sword, and I will follow you no matter what hardships we may face. Those were words that I wanted to hear. The words spoken ever since Raftalia swore to fight alongside with me. If you don't believe me, make me your slave or do whatever you wish with me. I will always stay with you. From the first kind words that I have received since arriving in this world, I unwittingly began to weep. Although I felt that I shouldn't cry no matter what, I couldn't stop the tears from falling. The duel just now. Moriyasu, you are disqualified. Ha! Ren and Tsuki appeared from within the crowds and said, We saw it clearly from above. Your companion targeted Naofumi with wind magic. No, but that can't be. The king has become silent. You understand from that much, right? Is that what happened? Moriyasu's head went around the room looking at the audience. But he attacked me with monsters. They did no damage. You can check it for yourself. Acting self-righteous now, Ren scolds Moriyasu. But he aimed for my face and crotch! Using dirty tactics after being forced into a fight where he had no chance of winning, we should overlook something like that. After hearing Itsuki's words, Moriyasu gave up after arguing with a displeased look. This fight seems to be your mistake this time, so just let it go. What a shitty result. I'm still suspicious that Raftalia-chan is being brainwashed. How can you still say that after looking at them like this? That's right. With the atmosphere turning awkward, the heroes began to leave while the crowd returned to the castle. How boring. Yes, this was quite a disappointing result. The two who were unsatisfied with the match's conclusion left in irritation. Only me and Raftalia were left in the yard. It must have been tough for you. I didn't realize it at all. From now on, I want to share in your hardships. My consciousness drifted away when I heard her kind voice. After all, I slept while being embraced by Raftalia for another hour. I was surprised. I didn't realize Raftalia had already grown up so much. Why didn't I notice? I was too stressed, probably. I didn't have the luxury of noticing Raftalia's growth. All I could see were her rising stats in the status screen. The feat has long ended, so I fell into a deep sleep in a dusty, unused room, originally prepared for the servants. Someone believes in me. With just that, I feel like a burden has been lifted from my heart. The meaning of this became clear the next day during breakfast. For the first time since I was betrayed by mine, my sense of taste has returned. Oh, that's what it was? He was just depressed? Huh. Maybe it is Maine. I think it's mine. I think it's mine just because before it was M-I-N-E, so it would have been mine or mine. So I think right now it's mine. It's either mine or Maine, so you pick the one that fits both, so it's mine. Right, yeah. He finally notices that his companion is a hot chick. Yay! Now all the crazy things can ensue. With, I don't know. He doesn't really like. He's not at all a pervert, so I don't think any of the ridiculous fucking accidental pervert shit's gonna happen. I hope it doesn't. I really hope it doesn't.